Saray Khumalo made history by becoming the first black African woman to scale Mount Everest earlier this year. Her journey has been one of the greatest highlights for the country. Khumalo has become an inspiration to many other South Africans and Africans aspiring mountaineers as well. Now, one of the country's insurance giants has chosen her as a brand ambassador as well. Sarah, good morning and thank you very much for your time. In my intro this morning, I was just now at 10 o'clock starting the show. I was asking the question, when you've summited Mount Everest, I mean, what's there more to do? What's next?
Well, there's a lot more. There's a lot more mountains out there, Bredan. And the journey started with 7 summits. So Mount Everest was the 4th of the 7. And now I'm embarking on the Grand Slam. So the partnership that you've just mentioned with Momentum and Multiply is really going to support me in terms of completing the Grand Slam, which is the 7 highest peaks on the 7 continents, the North Pole and the South Pole.
The Grand Slam. Yeah. Okay. Now, the Grand Slam is the 7 highest peaks. You've done some of them.
Yes, already. I've done 4.
Which ones have you done?
So I started with Kilimanjaro, and I've done Elbrus in Russia, that's Europe. I've done Aconcagua in South America, and Everest in Asia. So what is remaining is Mount Vincent, which I'm doing in 3 weeks' time in Antarctica, Mount Denali in North America, as well as Carsten's Pyramid, which is in Malaysia.
Okay, so now you are going in December,
yes,
when we are having Christmas and celebrating that time. You'll be in Antarctica.
That's correct. Yeah.
Mount Vincent.
Yeah. White Christmas.
White Christmas.
Yeah.
When do you leave for that?
I leave on the 15th of December, and the expedition should finish on the 9th or the 10th of January, because we're doing the mountain as well as the South Pole.
Okay, Mount Vincent is one of the last 3 for the 7 for the Grand Slam. You've done 4 already.
I've done 4.
Okay, how high is Mount Vincent?
It's about 5,000 something. I don't know exactly. It's lower than Kilimanjaro, but it's a lot more technical than Kilimanjaro.
Okay, how have you been preparing for that? I mean, you said White Christmas jokingly now, but I mean, Antarctica is not known to be a very hospitable kind of landscape.
Yeah, that's correct. It's going to be interesting. I've been training a little bit different than Everest. So pulling a sledge when we go to the South Pole, I've been pulling tires. I think my neighbors probably think I'm crazy, but it's been fun. In terms of the cold, you just really manage it with the clothing, continuous movement, very similar to what happens on Everest.
What kind of temperatures have you been told you're going to be faced with when you tackle Mount Vincent?
Depending on the time, somebody actually told me it could be as cold as -60.
60?
Yes.
-60?
Yeah.
Sure.
So that we're a lot more concerned with the storms and the winds more than really the cold itself.
But it's summertime now. But the summer down there is not the same as the summer we have here inland. It's a different kind of weather system that manages the place.
I believe so, yeah. But I'm going to find out. It's going to be fun.
And you leave on the 15th. How long do you think this will take?
It will take, the expedition should finish on the 9th. All things considered, if we don't have any delays. Yes, 9th of January, yes. So from the 15th, but we start the expedition on the 18th. So we fly from Chile onto Antarctica and start the expedition from there, starting with Mount Vincent and then walking on to the South Pole.
Okay. Why are you doing this?
Because I just like the adventure. But I also have an initiative called Summits with a Purpose, so I do it and raise awareness and funds towards initiatives that have to do with education. And for this specific expedition, I've adopted Aid for All, which is an initiative by Regenesis Foundation, which is actually facilitated by the Regenesis Business School. It's really an initiative that's trying to look at young people that have qualified but can't afford to go to further education in terms of degrees, and helping them get their degrees at as little as 500 Rand a month. My aim is to raise funds for at least 300 young people, and we'll be able to find jobs for them after the degrees.
Okay, Mount Vincent is next December. Yep. Coming back in January, there'll be 3 others, other summits that will make you conclude or complete the Grand Slam, the 7 peaks.
Correct.
The other 3, when are you planning to tackle them?
Yeah, so the plan is when I come back in January is to prepare for Carsten's Pyramid in March.
And where is that?
That's in Malaysia.
In Malaysia.
Yeah, that's correct. And then I'll come back and go to the North Pole. And the North Pole, we have to do it beginning of April, beginning to end of April, because it's melting due to global warming. And after coming back, then I'll attempt Denali, which will be the last one.
And by when? By June next year, when you've done your Grand Slam?
Yes, that's correct. That's the plan. Yeah.
No, I mean, your neighbors are not wrong. You are crazy, but when they see you pulling the tires, preparing for the sleigh. But we wish you well.
Thank you.
And may you continue to inspire many African women, because that's been happening here. We thought we should have you here on the show before you tackle the next peak, in this case, Mount Vincent in Antarctica.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're not going to be enjoying any Christmas. You're going to be working very hard. All the best. Hopefully we'll talk to you when you come back and you tell us how the expedition was.
Yeah, the blue lights and all.
Blue lights. Thank you. That's Saray Khumalo, mountaineering heroine here. She is leaving shortly to tackle Mount Vincent as she continues to climb and try to summit these peaks. She wants to conclude 7 of them, the highest peaks in the world. Next up is Mount Vincent in Antarctica.